So back here on a Monday, it's just like 106 today, so we're just gonna work for a little while and probably go home where it's cool, because this place gets kind of warm. And it was 106, it's probably 110 in here in the afternoon, so. But for now, we're playing around with our 74 Bronco, trying to get these doors lined up. I got the fender lining up pretty good. I did put this rocker in, and I do see that like the rocker has a little bit different arc than our fender. Our fender has a little bit of a twist, so I could probably kind of twist this on this bracket here a little bit and tighten this down. But we've got a nice gap, nice line here. We can kind of work this door over a little bit and tap this out. So I got to do something here, whether I splice the fender and kind of maybe bring this out a little bit. It's a little bit different rounded down here. Our quarter fit's pretty good, so we can enough to where we could add a little bit of filler right here on this edge and kind of get that dialed in. Another good line here. We're out just a hair here on our door, so we got to do something here or here. Probably just fill that. I mean, it's not much of a gap there. I'm going to try to push the door in just a little bit and get rid of like this little bit here, so we're not out. We're just out a little bit, which will probably need to fill this inside, because I do some spot welds and sometimes it looks like this gap is a little bit bigger than down here. Try to make that a little more uniform and look this over. Other than that, we got a good gap and stuff here. We got a nice line here. We got a good tucked in line right here. Our gap right here, I don't know if that's big or not. It's like that. There's a pretty fat seal that goes in there. So looking at our door and everything, we're pretty good there. So I think what we'll do is we'll guide coat this, block it all out, and then kind of do some fill work in here. I want to sand this and this. Oh, sand this and see how it feathers back. I'll grab some 180, and if it feathers back real nice, then I won't worry about stripping it. If it starts peeling and kind of chunking, which usually these doors, this epoxy is pretty good on these, but I've had it where I've had to strip them. So once I sand into it, then I'll know a little bit more if I'm going to strip it out or not. So I'll strip it down to bare metal. Anyway, that's kind of the plan. Gonna do some body work in here and try to get that fender dialed in, and then hopefully before it gets too hot, at least have this blocked out and ready for primer. If not, we'll come back and primer it in the morning if it's too warm. So that's the plan, and we'll get working on this 74 Bronco. Back here, Tuesday. Yesterday was about 106, so I go home and take off some insulation here. Feel like a whole new man. Cooler anyway, for sure. Temperature wise, not actually cool, so we'll get those two mixed up. But we're back here on the 74. We got all this kind of knocked in. I'm working this edge over right here a little bit. Probably put this little filler in the spot welds here. Kind of fingering this thing a little bit, trying to get that smoothed out, that color there. Looking pretty good. I got a little filler down here. I was just kind of had a little pinhole there I was trying to get filled in. And that was a low spot there yesterday. I'm kind of working this area over. Then I kind of worked this door over. We finished all this out in 180. I'll probably just lightly buzz over this with like 320 or something, 220 on a DA. And then I'm just trying to get, I had actually kind of smashed this door in. It kind of caught the hinge a little bit, and I kind of worked this edge over a little bit just to kind of poke it up. But now we got a real nice, like this door is just out just a hair, so if it goes in, it should pull this way, and I could just barely feel that right there, just a little bit above. So I think we're good there. There's a little boogered in here. I had to kind of work the door edge out, and we put this rocker in. I was able to take and like kind of tweak this fender, so we've got a straighter profile this way. It was kind of out a little bit, and I think that's what was messing with this. So I just put a little filler here because just didn't line up perfect, and then this was a little beat up, and then I spot welded and ground on that, so that corner was a little boogered, so we're just trying to smooth that out. And then we're on to the fender today. Kind of surprised that I've got so many low spots, and I was trying to figure out what I was saying, what I was doing. I think that we got this thing sandblasted. I brought it straight here and epoxied it right away, and then probably while the epoxy had kicked off and still soft enough, I probably just 2K primered this thing without doing any filler work over it. It's kind of what I think I probably did. I can't remember. But anyway, I gotta go back and put a little bit of our dolphin glaze. I got just a couple low spots here. One there, one there, one there. And this is like where I welded. I think we ended up welding the, I think it had a stainless steel or aluminum trim down the side. So it's a couple spots here. That looks like maybe it could have got pushed or something. Maybe I pushed on it when it was on the rig. I don't know. But it's just a little, well, I could probably block it just a hair more, but I'm hitting my epoxy I'm trying not to go through that epoxy down to the bare metal if I can all help it get to the epoxy, because I'm going to be sanding this some more, and then to try to kind of get that to where I still got the epoxy coat on that old metal. And then yeah, just kind of button this thing up. We're looking pretty good straight. Like I said, the door's out just a smidge out past the rocker, but that's because I've got a chunk of stuff sitting down there, just kind of blocking it, holding the door out a little bit. Let's see what I think we're going to weld these in too. I'm not 100% sure. 74, I believe they were welded in. And then, yeah, just kind of chasing the aftermarket parts on the door, and then the original beat up stuff. So I think the next step would be to probably, we got to work that door over, but I might throw this fender on and then put the grill on and kind of fudge the grill, see if we need any filler work, because we want a nice clean line here. That's kind of the plan on that. So let me get some icing mixed up, or we're using dolphin glaze on those spots, and then we'll continue on sanding on this thing. On you, but what I'm messing around with this is kind of an orthodox way of doing this, because I got the ratchet strap down around the frame, coming up on this rocker, which is kind of a bummer, but I think there's enough strength right here in that roll of that rocker, and I got the door wedged out here with the block sitting in between here like so. There we go, like so, so that most of my pressure is on this seam of the door and it's not out here on the, and then what I've been doing is taking this ratchet strap, can't really do this with one hand, but I've been putting a piece of plywood, I think my little piece of plywood went right here underneath this buckle, so it dissipates the weight over this entire area and catching the bottom edge of this door. I'm trying to pull that door in, so by ratchet strapping it and kind of maybe letting it sit for a minute and kind of tapping on it, whatever we got to do to try to get that top of the door out, the bottom of the door in, and then we'll know we're off. And then we'll slide this door in a little bit till we got a nice line up against our windshield frame. This way, like this isn't sticking out past that. I want that thing pretty even. As long as we got a good level there, I knew that we were out a little bit on the fender, so we'll put the fender back on and to get the front of the door lined up with the fender, and then we'll tweak on this here, kind of jump back and forth between the two, and hopefully that we'll get this aftermarket door to line up. Junk. Alright, so kind of going over this truck, had to add just a little filler here to kind of bring this up. I hammered on the door and the fender in and out as much as I could. I got a nice, pretty close line there and a gap here. Nice uniform gap. I did rock that back with our little door hinge tool. I don't know if I've showed you guys the door hinge tool. It's basically a little, right here. It's basically this little pipe here that I welded a piece of welding rod on, and I fish it through here, and what it does is it sandwiches the hinge right here. Actually, you can kind of see the little mark right there for my tape right here, and up against these two bolts, and what it does is it bends this and this tab out. Now, I don't know how you would roll the door forward, but so far on these, this is how you roll the door back. So, because when you open the door or close the door, this hinge is kind of like, you can't, the only way you can do this is put a shim in here and move the whole hinge back, and that's only if we absolutely need like the smallest amount after we get all the door fitting and bare metal, filler, and primer, and then when we paint it is the only time I would put one of those spacers in, but that's up to you guys. Anyway, what I just want to show you guys, obviously we got this all guide coated. I've been using dry guide coat, and then I got this off of like Amazon or something. It is the gold, the Dura Gold dry guide coat. I like that because I'm not spraying overspray all over thing. Like if I try to guide coat this, I'd have to tape that and spray overspray where I would already paint it, and that would kind of suck. But what I was going to show you was, and this is how I kind of determine if a factory style e-coat needs to be stripped. It's usually real thin, so a lot of guys will go ahead and strip it, pile their own epoxy on there, but this ain't gonna be open long, and I'm gonna have it primed here the next day or so. So But when I sand this with 180, you can almost see how, like, that almost looks like an 80 grit scratch. It's actually like, but what I'm doing is going over it with 180 and seeing if it feathers back. See how it like, kind of like a smooth transition through all that, where we're breaking through? That tells me that this has got a good adhesion to the metal, meaning that this has got a good bite, and you won't have to, if it's kind of chipping away, it means it doesn't have a good adhesion. If it feathers that back real nice and smooth, it doesn't chunk out on you, then you know that that's got a good adhesion. That's probably going to be okay. Sometimes if I feel that it's chipping away, I'll sand it and then put my own epoxy on it if I trust my own epoxy more. This thing's already been done as a brand new door, so all inside of it is all that black coat. We will probably fix some of these little guys here. There's a couple of funky like spot weld holes from that inner brace, and then I dinged her right here a little bit trying to get the door to fit, but we got it fitting pretty darn good. It could go up just a hair, but the door's, without the latch, it's kind of sagging, so we'll probably kind of tweak this door up just a smidge more just to get this here dialed. But we got a nice line all the way down. You know, our body line isn't like dropping down or something crazy like that. Because the last thing you would want is to look back down here and see the door, like, you know, the body line goes like this and then the door goes up into the fender and then back down. That would kind of suck. So one thing you definitely want to do is try to make sure that body line, when you get back from a distance, looks straight. The other thing is kind of looking down the side of it. I do have a shim in here, which is just a hair in. I could bring this out to probably about there, which is just about perfect, but is looking down the side of this thing and kind of making sure it doesn't go, you know, in and out. But the doors kind of, these things do kind of come out just a little tiny bit on the fenders and then dive back in. They all kind of do that, but looking at it from here down the side, it doesn't look, my door's in just a smidge, but it doesn't look like it's, you know, like if something hit the door and pushed the door or the quarter in further than what it really needs to be. So, or what it really needs to be. So that's kind of the plan. I just want to show you guys that. I'm gonna keep blocking. It's more time lapse of me getting the filler done on this side. This fender wasn't as bad. That back quarter's already been. The only thing has been body worked, primed. The only other thing we're gonna do is probably kind of do a little fudging around the door like we're doing here, just to make a nice smooth transition. Like you don't really feel anything, you know, it's not coming to a stop or something. So we're very, very close here. We'll just have to kind of smooth this out so it ramps up that little bit. And then the rocker's looking pretty darn good, and it looks like maybe just right in here. So that's the plan. I'm going to keep trucking on this thing and see if we can't make some progress on our 74 and get this thing at least ready for primer here in the next day or so.